What's going on YouTube? It's Jbirdy here at SoleyGrailz coming at you with my top 10 video of my 2016 pickups. Was not easy at all getting these 10 picked out, and it's going to be different than a lot of people's, I feel like. But I said I didn't know if I want to do top 16 of what I got, or top 10 of what I got in 2016, or top 10 of what released in 2016 that I purchased. So kind of difficult, but I decided to do what I purchased that released in 2016. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is one that I just recently got, and it's the ASIC Gelite 5. It was part of the Running of the Bulls pack. It come with the I can't remember what the other one was, but out of the two, I like this one more. I did like how this one had more of a red colorway to it, where the other one was more black in the back half. So this was my top one. I've always been a fan of the Gelite 5s. I mean, I think they're kind of comfortable. For me though, it takes a little bit of time to get them broken in, but like I said, this one's still dead, so I haven't got a chance to wear it yet. But one thing that really set this off and made it to my top 10 out of all my other shoes was, one, the colorway. I'm a big red black colorway. Also, so it's got a little bit of 3M, so there's a little detailing there. But the biggest thing with these, with any ASIC, is the detail and the premium materials used. It had the pigskin nubuck in it, or pigskin leather. Can't remember which one it was, but it was. I said even their suede and everything. It's just top of the line. ASICs, New Balance, and Saucony. They're the types that always kill it when it comes to materials. So number 10, the Gelite 5. Okay, and on to my number 9 shoe, the Jordan 31, the USA colorway. This is one that I've adapted into one of my go-to basketball shoes. I mean, I play ball today, but like I said, this is one that, very big fan of the colorway. You can't go wrong with the red, white, and blue theme. Like I said, and as far as comfort-wise goes, I mean, it's just, I'm a big fan. Like I said, was a big fan of the 28, then they come out with 29, switched to that, loved it. Same with 30, and then now 31. They just seem to get better and better each year. At least that's how I personally feel about them. So like I said, the USA Jordan 31 is my number 9 pickup of the year. On to number 8, which was a little difficult to get my hands on because it was not a US release. It's right here. The Jordan 2 K54. This was something that, like I said, it was a European release only, I believe. Yeah, it's a European release only. I finally busted them out once. I mean, I've only worn them once, but finally found that right occasion. Like I said, it's very simple. It was, I mean, just that random beige and a little bit of hints of like the gold accents there on the heel, and you see on the eyelets, and then also the Jordan Wings logo on the tongue. So very, very simple, like I said, but the gold accents is what really sets this off. And it was one of those that when I first saw it, I just knew I gotta try to get my hands on it, and lucky enough I was able to grab a pair. So these come in at number 8 on my top 10. On to number 7, which is another one that was kind of hard to get a hold of because it was an Asia release only, I believe. Part of the City Pack. So that being said, it was one of the Jordan 10s, and it is the Shanghai. I mean, I don't know what it is about this shoe, but it does it for me. It's just all black silhouette. I mean, all black upper. You see a little bit of maybe called teal there on the high there on the side. Then the one thing that I really like the most about this shoe is when you see the bottom of it, how it goes from that light blue, baby blue almost, all the way down, and it transitions into the purple. That's the kind of detailing I like to say. You can see it on the side too. So, like I said, this was one that released in Asia only. I was able to get my hands on a pair and get them sent over. So that was a big help because I was able to complete the entire City Pack. But this one, by far, out of all of them, this was my favorite right there, followed by the Paris one, which I said was a Europe only exclusive. But I haven't worn these yet. I haven't worn any of the City Packs. I want to kind of let those sit for a while and then break them out whenever people forgot about them. But number 7, the Shanghai Jordan 10. Number 6, wasn't one that was hard to get a hold of. I mean, I didn't get it at first, but it's one that kind of sat around, and There's a price tag to it, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, in my opinion, I think it was well worth it. But it was Jordan Pinnacle 1. So this has got like the, I think it was like a Stingray, I can't remember for sure what it was on this whole upper. It was something different, so it got the bubble. I think it was Stingray, I mean I'm probably wrong, but I can't remember because I did grab these when we took our SoleyGrailz trip to Chicago actually. I tried these on, and I ended up getting quite a few pairs that day, so if you haven't seen that video, go check that vlog out. We all took a trip up there and it was a good time, but this is one of the shoes I picked up, and like I said, it's very, very similar to my number 8. I said as far as colorway goes, I mean it's the same thing, but being the fact that it is a Jordan 1, and that's been one of my more favorite silhouettes recently, right there at the 13s. That's why this one really jumped at me. I saw them sitting there at the Jordan store, so I just grabbed a pair. Like I said, it wasn't no crazy hype behind it. I mean, it wasn't hard to get. It was just sitting there on the shelf, so I was able to grab it. But so you gotta love the gold there on the tongue. You got it right there on the heel, and you see the gold accents throughout on the shoe itself. So on the eyelets, but one of these shoes I haven't got the chance to wear yet. Like I said, just the quality of it is just insane. Like I said, the inside, the all leather inside. You got the leather quilted insole in it, which is, I said, I haven't had my foot in it yet, but once I find the right occasion, I'll definitely break these out, but I haven't found that opportunity. This next one is one that you won't see really on anybody else's top 10, to be honest. This is one that, like I said, is one of my favorite shoes. It's probably my go-to everyday shoe. It's by far one of the most comfortable shoes I own, but it's the Pegasus 33. This is one from their Shield pack. So it's one of the newer ones, but as far as one of my favorite models out is the Pegasus. I mean, this is one of my, that's my go-to shoe every day. I mean, I have probably 5 or 6 different colorways of them, but it's just something that you can't go wrong with, in my opinion. Comfort's there, it's got the good arch support, so it's that shoe that I always make sure I carry with me every single day, no matter where I'm at, so that when my feet do start hurting, I throw a pair on. But like I said, I have multiple colorways, but this is probably the colorway that I've gone with and rocked the most this year. I almost wear them, like I said, almost daily every night. I'm at some point switching out of some of my other shoes into this one, but that's why I went with this colorway at least, because it's the one that I've wore the most so far in 2016, even though I've only had it for about 2 months. So number 5, Pegasus 33. If you haven't tried a pair on, I highly suggest going out and getting them, because you honestly can't go wrong with them. Number 4 is a pair that I'll probably never wear, but it's a custom shoe I had made. And if you haven't seen the video, I did a full video on this pair, but it's a Kobe from his final game. I mean, they opened up, what was it, April 13th, his final game, and before he retired, so they opened up the ID option on Nike, so you can go in and create your own shoe. You had different colors. So this is the model I made. Like I said, it was just something that I kind of wish I would have waited a little longer, so I could have put something about the date and also his points totals and all that. But like I said, I did it as soon as tip-off happens. I didn't want to take a chance of it getting shut down and me not getting to make a pair. However, Nike did extend it to the full 24 hours, so I thought about making another pair, but I just didn't want to spend the money at that time. Like I said, threw on the little customizations. I can't remember what those stood for there on the tongue. Had some Chinese writing in the back. Like I said, I don't remember what that said. Let's see the other shoe. Other shoe's plain, but then the other one's got just the Kobe emblem. So you really see the customization of this, and also, of course, on the tongue, it says SG there with a J, and then on this one, it's got SG also, says Birdie. So SoleyGrailz and Jbirdy. So like I said, just something a little, throw my own personalization on there. But these come in at my number 4, just because the fact that you gotta show respect for the Mamba and what he's done for the game. So number 4. Now to my top 3, which is where it got really kind of difficult. It was difficult. I mean, finding the top 10 was hard enough, but this top 3 was the worst part. And so I set up with doing these for number 3, which is bred one. Like I said, they come out this year. There was quite a bit of hype around them, but for me, it was a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm a big Jordan 1 fan. I've grabbed quite a few pairs this year. So this colorway, like I said, being black and red, that's my my go-to colors, my favorite colors. So color scheme, colorways. So this definitely made it. Like I said, I ended up doubling up on these, so I've got another pair still on ice, but I haven't worn either one yet because, like I said, I'm the type that likes to let them sit for a little bit, let other people trash theirs, and I can bring them out and they forget about them. But I mean, like I said, you can't go wrong. It's a dope colorway, black and red. It just goes. I mean, and then so you also have they did throw some of the premium material on there. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not shutter backboard premium, but it's up there, so can't go wrong with it. I mean, I was super glad to be able to get my hands on a couple pair of these. So this is the number 3 on my top 10 list. Now on to number 2. Like I said, my top 3 has already had 2 of these shoes in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw another one in it, but it is, of course, the Vachetta Tan Jordan 1. Part of that is the Pinnacle series, so I ended up grabbing both these and the white ones when I was up there on our Chicago trip. Like I said, check that vlog out if you haven't, but this was something that when I first saw these come out, I didn't even think about them. I was like, no, I don't like them. Not a fan of that like tan colorway, just not for me. However, I remember sitting there at home watching Kjoyner's vlog, and he was talking about how they do darken up whatever with wear. And he showed his pair that was kind of getting beat up, and he showed some other, I think, pictures or whatever. And I started looking into them, and I saw how they do change in the transition with the material, and I was like, you know, that's kind of a cool idea. And once I got up there and saw him sitting there, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a pair, and this would be something that you'll want to kind of turn into an everyday shoe, because that way you can actually see the wear and tear. Because I'm one that believes that when you wear the Jordan 1 silhouette, at least, whenever you get the creases in it and they kind of get beat up, it makes the shoe look a lot better. So I have not worn these yet. Probably won't wear them for the first time until next summer. Like I said, the materials are just A1, and I'm excited to see how they transition there. So I haven't worn them, and I haven't seen, I mean, they haven't really changed much since I got them. It looks like they might fade a little bit, but anyway, that is my second shoe. The fact that it does have something else that comes behind it, like I said, when it gets that wear and tear. So I'll be anxious to try these out and see how they actually transition. And my number 1 shoe, like I said, it's hard to decide, but this is also one of my more recent pickups I haven't done a video on yet, which I'll make sure I get a review video on these because I haven't seen too many. But it's my favorite silhouette, and it's a Jordan 13. And here it is. It's a Chinese Singles Day from the pack. They also had the grade school one, which is a teal, and it's almost like an all Tiffany blue is what it looked like. And honestly, I'm very jealous of that one because it did look super, super clean. Really do wish I could have gotten this in my size. However, being a size 11 didn't matter, and they didn't do extended sizes. So all you guys that wear 9.5, you kind of feel my pain on that one also. But like I said, this one just, it's a black and red colorway. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the red colorways, and like I said, being a 13 fanatic, that's my favorite silhouette, followed by the Jordan 1s. And then also, I've noticed with any, like I said, this is also an Asian exclusive. So I was able to have someone hook me up again with these and get me shipped from overseas and took care of me on these, and I appreciate that. But it was a little bit hard to get my hands on these, and I was glad I did because I think it was one that I wanted. And I know from last year, actually my last year's top pickup was the CB3 Home 13. So as you can see, some of me in 13s, but I've also noticed with any Asia exclusive or any European exclusive, I have noticed how they do put, it seems like, better quality materials on the shoe. I know you see it, and it has like the red translucent sole, which you can't really, I don't know if you can really tell on the video or not, but at that. And then even like I said, the suede they put on here is just, it's real nice. I mean, it's, they don't slack on it. And another really cool thing about this one is actually that I don't know a whole lot of people know about, but the black here on the midsole that wraps around the back and also here on the inside, this will actually fade off. So it's the same thing as the Jordan 12 wings. With wear, or if you want to just strip it down, you take an acetone to it, but this black does fade and it'll turn to a camo, like a panda camo print, kind of like here on the box. Let me show you. Let me get the box here. That you can see, like I said, inside there, it's kind of got that like print inside there, so that's actually what this will fade to. So it's something that I don't know when I'll wear these. I wait for the right time. I mean, I've thought about maybe stripping them down, but I think I just want to wait on these and let the process take care of itself. But that was, I was glad to get my hands on a pair of these. So that is actually my top 10 list. So number 1 is Chinese Singles Day 13. It's some Chinese holiday, I guess. I haven't really looked into that one much, but it's kind of from like a What Is Love pack. It might be what they also, I saw those nicknames flying around. So you never know. There's so many names that just get associated with shoes that you don't know which one to really go with. But that was my number 1 shoe. So that's it. Like I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Like I said, that's number 1 thing. You always want to subscribe so you can get more content. We've got plenty of ideas coming out, so stay tuned for that. So we've got our inside access, we've got unboxings, early access reviews. We've got all kinds of things coming your way, so don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you hit that. Also, follow us on our social media accounts. They're all listed below in the description. You have our Facebook, you have Twitter, Instagram, Snapchats. All that's in the below, so you want to make sure you follow those, and like I said, turn on the notifications. That way you don't miss any opportunities. If we post something, you're right there to see it. But let us know what you think. I mean, what was your guys', I don't know, maybe if you don't have a top 10, throw out your top 5, top 3, or just your top pick. So leave that in the comments below. Let us know what your guys' was. Like I said, because they all vary. I mean, as you can see, I threw in a Nike Runner just because of the fact that that's the shoe that, to me, it just stands out. I mean, that's it. So like I said, just let us know what you think, because what we're all about is wearing what you love, and that's what I'm able to do. I'll show you what I love, because this is my top 10. I mean, it was not easy. I mean, there's plenty of other options I could have thrown in there with, but had to cut it down for the sake of the countdown. So just let us know what you think, and make sure, of course, you give this video a thumbs up and go check out some of our other stuff. We'll have a video review coming out of these soon. We'll have, like I said, more inside access coming out. We've got a couple more unboxings and early access videos coming, so make sure you check those out, and then let us know what we think. So give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and that's it. Like I said, 2016 was, I think, a very successful year for us. We kind of just started this out of nowhere, didn't have any experience, just jumped right into it and said, let's just do this, and it's worked out for us. So I'm glad that we were able to have a successful year, but we're expecting some bigger things here in 2017. We got some ideas cooking, so make sure you're along for the ride. But like we always say at the end of the day, wear what you love. So this is Jbirdy, SoleyGrailz, signing out.